Hello, welcome to Ekidel. We are going to perform the structural design of this six-story hotel building you are seeing here on my screen, and we will be using the software Protastructure 2026 version. And also, we are going to model that here, which you can see here. This is just the level one, which is the story one, and then we will also carry it up to the other floors. Okay, that is fine. Now, before we begin, we are currently running our end of year sales. So if maybe you want to purchase any of our product, or you want to enroll for our Ekidel mentorship training, you can also get that end of year promotion now by having a discount of about 50% or something, and then you can be able to enroll that or get any of our product that you have been aspiring to get before. So this is the time to get that for this end of year promotion, which is currently running on our site. That's fine. So we are going to perform the structural design for this particular building. Thanks so much, and God bless you, and see you on the video right now. Hello, welcome to Ekidel. We are trained future civil and structural engineer. Today we will be performing the structural modeling and design for this six-story hotel building, and we will be using the software Prota 2026 version. So in this case, on our three last videos, we performed the structural framing for this building, where we'll have to frame all the floors and then position all our columns, and also we did also paneling. So this is now the finished structural framing for this six-story hotel building, and these are the elevations and all the sections. So everything that we need to perform this structural design perfectly, we have it on this particular CAD file. And if you need the CAD file, you can check the link down below and then get that. So on this, the next thing we'll do is to now export this structural framing to Protastructure software. Now, before we begin, we are running an end of year sales on our Ekidel site. You can get our site via either on our bio or below this video description. You can go to our site and then purchase whatever you need based on the discount that we are running currently. And also we are also our Ekidel mentorship training is also on discount end of year sales promo, so you can also get that too. And if you've been waiting to get this latest version of what Protastructure 2026, it is also on discount price. So whatever you need is to just to check on the site and then get that going. So on this now, the first thing we do once you're done with your structural framing is now export the structural framing to your software which you're using for your design. So in this case, we are using Protastructure 2026. So I will then come here now and highlight this. Now note that on our last three videos, we performed the structural framing. So if you're new on Ekidel here and this is the first time you're watching this series of this video, please go and watch other parts for this video. So in this case now, I will then come now and then highlight this particular structural framing plan. And once I've done that, I'll then type what W, enter, and then press enter key. Now on that, now it will display this white block which enables you to save this particular structural framing on a different drawing environment. So in this case, I will make sure that this place is on what millimeter, which I use for the drawing, and then I'll come and click this box here, this icon here, this button here. I'll click on it and this will show me where I want to save it on my desktop. So in this case, I want to choose a desktop, or I will choose a document. But in this case, let me just open the file where we have that particular folder. So in this case, it is under this Ekidel course video, and you can see where it is here. So I'll come now and type here six-story hotel building. Just come here and then put in, I'll come here and change this to GA dash GA, which simply means what? General arrangement. Okay, or I'll come now and then put a GA here first. GA G dot A, then space dash space. Okay, that's fine. I'll then come now. Once you've done this, make sure you are using that you choose DSFI. The reason is because DSFI is the file format that almost all design software understands when you are exporting drawing from CAD file to a design software file or DSF software. So in this case, I would choose DSF file. Now, if you don't choose that, it will not display when you want to export it. Okay, that is fine. Then I'll sorry when you want to import it. So I'll come and do what say save here, and I'll come and do what say okay here. Look at this place now. It will show that when it's done saving, this will just disappear. So in this case now, we have saved this particular one. Now let's now locate it where we have that done. Okay, that is fine. So in this case, we save the file on our folder here. You can see it now, GA. So this is now the structural framing. Now most times I used to open this GA, and to make sure I put that structural framing plan in 00 coordinate, because most times it is not always in 00 coordinate. And how do I put this in 0 coordinate or 00 coordinates? I will have to come now, type L, enter. That L means line, and I'll type 0 comma or tab 0, and I'll press enter key. So in this case now, so when you have done this now, you can see that it is not showing us anything now. Make sure that when you're doing a coordinate like this, you must go out from the auto command mode in AutoCAD. So right now, just come and press your F8 key or click on to like turn off this auto command. Okay, so with this now you can now see our line is showing. Now the first point of this line, which is here, as you're seeing it here, that is showing here, this is the coordinate point. So if I click on anywhere now and then press escape key, this very point here becomes the 00 coordinate. So you can see that this drawing was done far away from the coordinate. So I'll come now and then move this drawing to 00 coordinate. Okay, I'll keep it here a bit first, and then I'll then look at these two, come again here, move it again closer like this. Okay, that is fine. And then I'll now move this now and pick a particular point on this structural framing. I can pick but on this edge here, and then come now and click on the 0 coordinate here, and I'll now click on this coordinate point, the line here, and then enter to what take it off. So with this now, this drawing now is now on 0 coordinates, which I will show you when we open our software Protastructure, why it is good for it to be on 00 coordinate. Okay, that is fine. So in this now, I'll then come now and then click on what save. They will ask me to change it from DSF to I'll just come back again and then choose what DSF again, and I'll come again now and then save. They'll say replace, I'll say yes, replace it, and then once I've done with that, I'll then do what? Have to close this DSL file, because I've put this drawing, this and our framing now on a 00 coordinate. Now you will appreciate this when you appreciate this coordinate. Now I just don't know this coordinate when you are dealing with most times pi foundation, because on pi foundation you must have to give coordinates of each of the pi location. So if you are conversant of how to work with coordinates, then you will be able to work with the coordinates based on the site georeference. So in this case now, I will then minimize this and then open the software. So in this case, it's already open because I was already working on something. Now this is Protastructure 2026, which you can see here, and then I want to now create a new project, all right, or open a recent one. So in this case, I'll come here now and then create a new project. Okay, that is fine. And on this place now, I'll then type in the project code, which is the project name. So I want to type 6-story hotel building, 6 dash story. Okay, so in your own case too, you can also follow up this procedure, hotel building, or just say hotel. Yeah, 6-story hotel building, that is fine. Okay, so now once you have done this now, to put the file name, which you can use the client's name or the project name of the file, and then put that, and then come here and choose your design code. It has several design codes. So in my own case, I'll be using Eurocode. So I'll come here and choose our UK Eurocode, which is here, and then come and click on what OK here. So on this now, I have now created a new environment, a new design environment or project environment, which I want to begin to model for the 6-story hotel building. So in this case now, this is now a Eurocode design environment, which you're seeing here. So I'll wait for it now for everything to load. So once it's we have everything loaded now, the next thing we'll do is now do what? Import that structural framing that we did on AutoCAD. Okay, that is fine. So in this case, to import that, come to building setup here, which you have here as a tab here. Then you will see this place that says what? External reference drawing. Click on this place here. Now once you've done that, now you will see different icons here. Come here and then click on what? Add DSF file. Now on that, now you have to go and locate where you saved that file. In this case, we saved the file under this. You can see it here. So I'll locate that now and then click on what? Open. So on this now, you will now see the file will be added here. Now make sure you click on this active for it to show for you to see the trace on our background here. So I'll come now and then click on this active here. Now on that active now, you'll be able to see the trace of that GA drawing that we did. But in this case, what is showing here is just a trace. But don't forget that we placed our column point and also grids. So in this case now, you can choose to use color by checking this, and then you can be able to see the color that you have, which is nice. Now you can see that this drawing now was imported based on the 00 coordinate that we set, which you can see here. Offset is x0, y0. This is the coordinate of where the plan is located. So if at all you have your own site location based on your survey plan, you can also apply or impute that coordinate, and then you also have it here. Okay, that is fine. So in this case now this will be helpful. This coordinate will be helpful if you're using a surveying instrument to set out. You'll be able to enjoy that a lot. Okay, that's fine. So now once you've added this, now the next thing we'll do is now come here and then import those members, those columns, and then the grid lines. Okay, so I'll come now and then click on what? Import DSF. So on doing that now, you can see what is here. They say import grid as grid, which you can see here too as grid. Okay, that is fine. And import column as column. So make sure what is found here is just the column alone and nothing else. Okay, that is fine. So I'll come and say okay, that's fine. And then everything is okay. Then come here and then click on what? Import here. Import. Now once you import, now give it some time for the file to do what? Convert the grid lines and the column layer to a column member or a column structural member. Now once it is done, once you see this print log here, it shows that it is done. Come here now and then click on what? Close. So on close now, make sure you click on what? OK here. Okay, that is fine. So I'll come now and do what? Click on what? OK here. Now on clicking on OK, the next thing we'll do, you can see that all your grid lines are not named very well, because we are meant to having grid line 1, 2, 3, no A, B, and C, but this is just auto-generated grid lines, which is not actually structural, like it's not actually advisable to use this kind of grid line tagging. It's best to use A, B, C, D, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is fine. So in this case, following this new version, you can be able to change these grid lines automatically. Okay, that is fine. Instead of changing them one by one like this individually, which would take longer time. For example, I can come and do what? Say this is grid line 1, and I'll say okay, and it will change. Okay, but using this software, this new version, you can be able to change all automatically, which I will come now and then click on this review tab here, and then click on what? Relabel members, and then I'll say yes, and I'll hold on for that. Then you can see that it has several things that you can be able to rename. If you're using lower version, you don't have all these options given. So I'll come and do what? Click on what? Axis here. Now on this axis now, I'll then come here and say okay, the direction 2 should give me, like, I can just say okay first and then see what I have. So you can now see what you have now. This is given as what? A, B, C, D, and this is given as what? 1, 2, 3, but which I don't want. I want it to be the reverse. Here I want to take it, and here A, B, C, D. So I'll come back here now, and then while I'm still checked on axis here, I'll check axis again, come here and say direction 2 should be given to 1, 2, 3, and then this is what ABC. Okay, that's fine. So I'll come now and do what, say okay here. So with this now, it will now be what, a reverse. You can see that it has changed. Correct. So this is what I want. So now in this case now, once I've gotten this, next thing I'll do right now is now to do what, place our what, our beams, because currently now we already have our columns given. Can you see that? Now to now see our columns, which is the 3D view, come to view here, right click here and then say 3D physical model, and then you will see the 3D model will just appear that we have only our columns on this structural model environment. So now we will now have to do what, model our beams now, following how we arrange our beams during the what, during the structural framing. Okay, that is fine. So in this case now, I will then come now and click on back on what, modeling tab here. To model your beam, go to modeling tab here, come to beams here, and then click on normal beam. If you're using lower versions, you will see these two options. Okay, that's fine. So I'll come now, click on what, normal beam here, and then click on this place here. Now when you once you see this beam property now, it is now time for you to do what, decide your beam sections, your beam width, and your beam depth. Okay, that is fine. Now this B here simply means the width of the beam, which is basically at minimum 225, which is what, 9 inches. But in this case, I want to use, I will still use 225 as my beam width, but the beam depth will now depend on the span of the beam. Sorry, of the beam. Okay, that's fine. So now basically the minimum depth of beam is 450 millimeter. And how do we get that? Slab takes 150, the beam takes 300, so together makes what, 450. So in this case now, I want my beam, my actual beam depth to be 500, and then I want them plus the slab of 150. That gives me what, 650 as my total depth of beam. Because when you're calculating your depth of beam, you must add the slab thickness of 150 or 175 into it, and then that makes up the depth of the beam. Now the reason why I'm using 650 now as my total depth of beam is because of the spans of this column to column spacing. Don't forget that from our part 1 of this video and part 2, I see that the minimum span here will be 6 meter and that. Okay, that's fine. So when you're dealing with a longer span more than 6 meter, you have to use a minimum depth of beam at least 600. Although you can still use 450 for 6 meter beam, but you will see that it will have impact on your reinforcement. You will move to having T16 diameter to be having 20 diameter and 25, and most times clients don't like that. Okay, that is fine. So with that now, I will also when you are dealing with long span beam, it is best to use the depth of concrete to control it instead of using what, the reinforcement alone. Because when you deal with depth of concrete controls reinforcement also with the size of the reinforcement. Okay, that is fine. So in this case now, I'll now come here and then type in what, 650 as my beam depth. Okay, that is fine. You can use 600, but you'll be having some failures and then having beams that is having much reinforcement. Okay, that is fine. But I want to avoid that by using 650. So I'll come now and then click on this place now. Now we already know how our beams are being partitioned. Okay, that's fine, or how they are running. So I'll follow that same way now and then place all my beams now. So I'll place on this. Okay, that is fine. And then I'll then come here, click on here, and then also place my beam here. That is fine. Okay, that's fine. Now I can choose to make my, yeah, that's okay, it's not bad. So I'll come again now and then run again here and then here. Now you can see that I use my beam width to be what, 225. That's because the maximum span here is 7.5 meters. Okay, that is fine. But if I'm going for a beam span of 10 meters, I won't be using 225. Never. It's impossible. I won't use that because it will be the numbers of the bars, they'll be tight, and then you will have space failure when it comes during the casting, and we might cause collapse. So you'll be having the beam depth at least minimum of 250 and 300. Okay, that is fine. So in this now, then come here, and that's the beam width 250 or 300. Okay, that's fine. So in this again now, come again now, escape. Okay, that is fine. Now, if you're not an Ekidel, please consider subscribing. And if you're an old subscriber, please invite your friends and colleagues to know what's happening on Ekidel. Now, this is very, very critical because we have a lift here, and the lift here have shear walls around. So I'll come now and then stop here first. That is fine. So on this place now, I will then come again. Escape. I have a beam running here from here all the way here down. Now note that when you are dealing with a structural, like, sorry, that didn't connect way. So from here to now, when you're dealing with for a frame structure, it is not necessary that you have to follow the lines of the walls to place your beams. No, frame structure, you can place your structural members the way you like think that they will be best to support that structure. Okay, that is fine. So come now, I have a wall. There's a wall here because of this lift, and a wall is here too. So I think I should do that wall first. We should do that wall first. Then, but let me put this first here. This other one from here to here. We have a beam here. So you must not follow how the architect draw all his block walls, and then you go and place beams. No, on that, no. You need to you need to be focused to like get that done. Then I want to do here to escape now. Now I want to place the walls. Then come to my modeling here, click on wall here. This is the reinforced concrete wall, which is can be used for basement wall, lift wall, or RC wall. Okay, then come here now. I want to use 225 for that, and then 112.5 again here, 112.5. That's fine. Okay, then come to geo here. Everything is okay, nothing to touch here except you want to play with levels. Okay, that's fine. So I'll then come now, and then there's a lift here, so I'll click here, one, and there's a lift here too. I'll click here, two. That is fine. Now let me see something. Let me see. This lift is not actually reaching here, so I'll delete that off. Because you can see it's starting from here. So from here, let me see again. No, from here. But just that I'm gonna cancel this is end. I'll make it to be 0 for it to flush directly on that. So I'll come now and then click here. So this being now flush, this wall flush, yeah, correct, is to flush here. Okay, that is fine. Or I can choose to add something to be able to fill up here if I know this width. So escape now, by click here, measure from here to here. What do we have? We have 55. So I'll come now, click on this wall, right click here, properties, and then add 55 to this place. 55, that's fine, and then update, it will flush. Okay, that is fine. So that the beam can be able to sit directly on the wall. Okay, that is fine. And also note that wall used to serve as what column. Okay, that is fine. And wall takes more moment more than column. That is why in earthquake design or seismic design they use more of ROC wall than using columns. Okay, that is fine. Or for wall, or for buildings that are heavily loaded, they use more of ROC walls in some areas other than using columns. Okay, that's fine. So again, I will make here 112.5 again. Okay, that's fine. And again, come here now. Come here. This is where it ends. Place it here. That's fine. Okay, that is fine. That's a wall. And again, I'll then come here, click here. Now, for you guys that already have the CAD file, that have purchased it and then practicing yours, you can drop a comment if you discover any difficulties when you're practicing. So I'll keep this one too, and again I'll then continue again here, from here now up to the very top here. Now you can see that this place here has a wall of around 150. Can choose to come here, man, and make it 150. 150. 150. Sorry, 150. That's fine. Yeah, I will see what can still go with 150 if it's not heavily loaded, if it's not carrying much load. So as a lift wall, you can choose that, and this is also true around the entrance, so you can have that done. So with this now, I need to make sure that this place is what well arranged, because for it to flush well. So I'll come now, measure from here to here. What do we have? We have 37.5. So I'll come now, minus that value from 125. So come here, properties, and then I'll come here on my calculator here, calculator, 112, sorry, 112.5 minus 37.5. What do we have? We have this 75. So we come now and then put here 75. Okay, that's fine for it to flush. Okay, that is fine. So it will flush now, correct? That's fine. So do the same thing now for the other one too that is below here for them to flush. Okay, that is fine. So we cancel this this now. Okay, so then we come again here under here now. Click on this wall. Right click now. Properties, and then put in here 75 at the J end. Yeah, because the right hand side of your screen is called J, and the back, like the left hand side, is called what I. Okay, that's fine. So I'll come again and cancel again because it's already been affected. Okay, so then we will now come now. We have now placed the first wall. Now you can see what's happening here. We need to also do what, shift this backward, this wall backward, because basically the wall starts actually from here. That's lift from here. So we need to adjust this backward by, we took what, let me say again, by what value? From here to here. From here to here is 55. That's what we had. Let me see. 57.5. Okay, that's fine. So we come now, click on this, right click here, and then properties, and I will come now. We need to move everything in. That's this E now is moving inward. So take minus is going right hand side. So we say 57.5 update. Let's see. Okay, no, that should go inward. So put a minus sign there. Okay, that is fine. So minus sign there. So come now and then put in minus sign here, minus sign here, and then update again. It will go inside. Okay, to flush with that one. That is fine. So let's see now. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So now cancel here. So you can now see that this has not flushed. So do the same thing here now. Minus 50. Let me see that. 7.5. This will go by what? Let's see now. But taking this off, let me see what's happening there. From here to here is what? Let's confirm again. From here to here, 57.5. Okay, that's fine. So what do we have then? What do we have our value? Minus that value now for us to get our subtracted value. 112.5 minus 57.5. What do we have? 55. Okay, it's fine. So come now and then click on this beam here. So this wall properties, and then minus it by 55, minus say minus 55. Then or is it minus or just nothing? Just 55. Okay, that's fine. And then update. So it will just okay, that's fine. So then cancel this now because it is already affected already. So cancel here. So or close. Once it's done, it will show close. Okay, that's fine. So we then come now. Okay, cancel. So with this now, we have now formed the first lift here. We now go to the other list. Now we can actually place our beam here. So I'll come now, click on this beam. I click here and then property here, and now come now. I want my beam to be placed here, but flushing backward. So I'll come and place my beam here now. Okay. Although most things that can happen here too is to place a full wall here, because but this is just a 6-story building. So but had it been up to 10-story or 8-story, I would have just placed this full wall straight down, because you can see that here is already a block wall. So I'll use a full wall for them to cast, which will also form a higher stability for the 10-story or 8-story building. Okay, that's fine. But in this case, I'll just want to put my beam. So let me see where my beam is running. Maybe running up to this place here. Is running escape. Put my beam here. from here all the way down here, I have to flush it backward. Okay, backward. So in this case now, let me see what's happening here. We want this thing to flush with this wall here. So I'll come now, put in here 55 for it to go outward. That's backward by 55. Correct. Go backward to your left, to your left, to your left, to your left. Okay, now we need to. Okay, you think it's 57 point. Let me see what that value is. I need to know what that value is. 57.5, is it? 57.5. Let me see. If it's not, just measure the difference and then add the value there. But let's just see first what's going to happen here. Let's see. Okay, let us see. No, it's not. So I'll come back here now and put here to be 0 back, and then measure that difference for us to know what we are going to send it backwards or align it with. Okay, that is fine. So in this case now, I just say close, and then right click now, and then measure. To measure this from here all the way down here, what do we have? We have 87.5. It's 7.5. So we'll come back here, right click here now, properties now, properties, then come here, put that value 87.5, put there 87.5, and then do what? Update. That's fine. And then that's nice flushing. So I'll come now, then click on what? Close. Okay, that is fine. So now with this, now we have then model this. Okay, that is fine. So we have modeled this. Now the next thing we do now is to go and move into let me sit down. Let me just sit down. Okay, so we will now come and place our beam here around this staircase to like form the staircase void, because we have 2 staircases around this place. So I'll come and take my beam now, and then come here, click on this, come again here, and then click on this. So this beam now supports this beam at this end, while the other end here is supported by the what lift wall. Okay, that's fine. So in this case now we now have our staircase void here given to us, and then we also have one here again, but here there's a lift here, which makes us to have this as wall. All right, this as wall, and this front here as wall. This is that side now can be beam. But what I'll do now, having beam in between, this beam is very short. If you're going to use this as a beam after putting the walls, let me see, from here to here, because most times wall tends to transform is already 8 something. So instead of, let me just see if we can use a wall all through to wall here at once. Wall this place, and then wall this front, because we are going to have beam less than 1 meter around here, which basically doesn't really make sense. Yeah, doesn't really make sense at all. Doesn't make sense to have that kind of thing. So instead I'll just wall it with a full wall at once. So with that now, click on this place. Let me see now. Click here, properties. Okay, now I'll come now, click on this place here, and then go all the way down here. Here, let me see here, remove this J 112.5, change it, and then come here and click here. I want to wall all the way down here. Click here. That's fine. What did it change here? Oh, this is it a beam or wall? Do you want to split crosses and so columns? No, don't cross, because we are going to remove the column later. Actually, yeah, because these columns now, since we have a wall now, and it's going from ground floor to the first floor, so we are going to take off these columns, because I said that before that wall serves as a column. So I'll take off this now for us to have for us to have our wall there. So I'll come again now, right click here, properties, and then so we are now placing these 2 columns to be for a wall. So I'll come now, this becomes 112.5 for it to flush rate, and this becomes the same thing. I'll come now, click on this place here, go all the way down here, and then click here. That is fine. So that warning was coming because we already have a column there, and since the wall can do the job, why then putting column there again? Okay, that is fine. Although there are some scenarios, only some scenarios, where you feel that column is needed to carry something above. Most times people put a very big generator at the roof for high-rise buildings. Okay, so that kind of case, you can still use a wall or you can use a column to transfer that load down to the foundation. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so for us to put this wall now around this place now effectively, we will have to remove these beams, then later reinsert them back. Okay, that is fine. For us to have the actual point where we want to insert our wall, for us to have a clearer nodes. So I'll come down and click on what yes, delete. I want to delete, sorry, I want to delete them. So delete these ones, delete here, here. I'll say yes. Okay, that's fine. And then I'll then come now, click on this beam, this wall here, click on this wall now, click on this wall, right click here, the wall property. I'll then come now, click start my from here, this place I'll change it to 112.5. That is fine. And I'll come now and then click on where it stops here, which is here. That is fine. And then we'll have our wall now. You can see our wall now being listed here. We will then come and then begin to insert the other beams that we removed, just to have a clearer, but we can still continue first to make sure we place all our walls first. Now we also have a wall from here to here, so I'll still do the same thing right now by coming here, making this let me see here, making this this place to be 75. This is half of 150, 75 to start from there, and then here the same thing. Here can be this, here is 2.5. So I'll come now, click on this one. Okay, then come here and then click here. Let's see that now. Okay, I said I want to wall all this place because having a beam here now on this very short side doesn't really make sense. So I'll delete this now, delete this, and then put it back again to make sure it switches here. So I'll come again now, click here, and then click here. That is fine. Okay, so this is not based on my own choice. In your own choice, you can choose to stop your wall here and then use a beam of 800 to now put here. But for me, it doesn't really make sense. Okay, that's fine. So in this case now, I'll then come again now, and then there is a wall here now of 150. So I'll come now and then put here 150, and then here 75. Let's see here to 75. Okay, that's fine. And I'll come now, click on this point, and then come here, click on this point here. That is fine. I'll then come again here, escape now, escape that, escape, click here, and then click it. That is fine. Okay, that's fine. I'll then come now. This is now our lift. Okay, they are placing two lifts here. So I'll now come and put my beam here. So this is actually a void, and this is also a void. Okay, that is fine. If you have your CAD file, you can take that on your CAD file. This is a void, and then staircase. So we have to place our beam here. Now I'll come now and then click on this beam. Right click now, properties. That is fine. And again, let me see what I have now. Have this correct. Then come now and then place our beam. Let's take this beam properties to for us to have that alignment flushing together. So I'll come and take this now, and then come here, click on this, and then click on this here. That is fine. Let's see. Sorry, you can see what I have now. We have, let me see what I have. Okay, we placed it wrongly. We are going to place it on this other side. So I'll delete this now by pressing my delete key, and then place it here. Escape. That is here. From here all the way down here. That is fine. Okay, correct. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So again now, escape. Let's see again now, escape again. We have a beam running from, sorry, let me just delete this. Sorry, not delete, just property of this, properties. And then we have a beam running from here all the way down here. Now they will ask me a warning. I'll say no, because if you say yes, it will just split this beam at this point. But this beam now doesn't have a support, so this beam now, we are certain now will be the support of this beam here. So I'll come now and then click, and I'll say no, don't split. So it now form a support now to this cantilever. Okay, that's fine. You can see that triangular stuff now is now off because that is a cantilever triangular symbol. Okay, that is fine. So we have now done this now. I'll then escape again, and then come here, click on this to insert my my beam there. So I now have beam here now. Okay, sorry, let me see, from here all the way down here. That's fine. So we have a beam here, and then we'll then go all the way down now. um, Escape, just not escape, for us to add other beams which I've already done before, that we took off. Escape, and then come here. There's a beam here running from here. Let me see now. I want to flush together with this, so I'll take this beam property from here and then add that one. But for now, first let me do this first, from here to here. That is fine. Okay, and then let me just escape that. Escape this now. We have a beam running from here, so we have a beam running from here all the way down to here. That is fine. 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 And again, escape, escape. Now you can see that we are having gaps here, which means that this beam meant to flush directly here. So we will do something here by flushing all the beams. Okay, that's fine. So we will come again first, and then we want to have, I can choose to have this running here. Yeah, correct. Let me see. This is what? This is 7.2. This is 7.865. So I'll go with this by having my beam here. Okay, that is fine. So I'll place a grid line here later, but for now first, let us add this other beam here. Click on this. I click here, properties. Okay, that is fine. And then I'll come now and then click here to here, and then it will just flush itself backward. Okay, that is fine. That's correct. So on this now, escape this, and again let's see. Okay, that's fine. Then we also have a beam coming from this axis here. So I'll come now, click on this. I click here, properties, then come now, palm this a bit, click here, and then come here and then click on this. That's fine. So we'll have this now. Then we then come again now. Let's see. Correct. So we have now done the major beams, except this other one now that is here. So here now, I will click on this place. I click here, properties. Now this particular beam here is just as for an entrance port. If you have the CAD file, you can get that. You can see the CAD file here now, which we are dealing with. So you can see how this sorry, not this one. How this let me see here. Yeah, so this is the beam we want to model now. This beam along this front, which is only forming a canopy, which you can see the canopy here. You can see it here. So the beam depth will be 450 because it's not carrying any load except just this is just like a sit out. Okay, so just for someone to come and rest here and then see what's happening outside. So and also most times, in fact, it's not a sit out because there's no entrance coming from here. So it's just a like a shed to this entrance. So with that, we are going to use 450 for that. So with this now, then come back, minimize this now, then come here, back here, and then come here, say 450 there, 4, and then put in this. Yeah, that's fine. And again, from there, from here now, go again, go here, go here. Now, if you have any comments so far, please, you can drop it on the comment section or reach directly Ekidel via via all our social medias, and then we'll also reply from there. That's fine. And then we are also on TikTok, so you can also get us on TikTok too, and also learn from there too. Okay, that's fine. So we also come here and then escape this. Then we also have the, let me see now. Yeah, correct. So right now we have not done the major beams that are facing the walls. So next thing is to now begin to do what? Intermediate beams to break each of these panels, because these panels are too big to have a solid slab. And we don't want to use waffle slab or something. We are wanting to use a solid slab. So with that, we are going to do what? Break these panels, okay, by using what? Intermediate or secondary beams. Okay, that's fine. But before then, let's now go and flush all these beams to flush directly on the on this face of this column where this line, where this wall line is. Okay, so with that now, to check what the distance, measure from here to here, what do we have? We have 87.5. I think also almost all the same thing. It's 7.5. Correct, correct. So with that now, can choose to click on this now, and then we are going upward. So let me see where that will be first, so I can do all at once. So let me see now. They are going at this. We are going to offset, yeah, the E. So it's 7.5. It's going up inside. Let me see, either minus or plus. Then come and click on what, update, and see. Yeah, correct. So it's going outward. So with that now, I can choose to come and do what, escape, just close. Okay, close. So if I close that now, okay, that's fine. Okay, so with that now, I will have to do this, that too. Now click on this and then click on this. Okay, and now can choose also do here to click on this and then click on, because they are going at the same direction. Plus I'll now come now, click on this properties, and it will open the bin table for me. I'll now come and do what, click on the E, not the EZ, the E. Okay, come here now, you can see it's then come here and type what, it's 7.5. It's 7.5, and all we do automatically. Okay, that is fine. So you can see that. Then click on what, once this is filled up, then click on what, close here. You can see that all has now been aligned automatically. You can see that instead of doing that one by one. Okay, so you can do that as a group and do all at once. You can see that right now, correct? So let's now go for this that one too. This is that one, like, is going to go with I think negative for us to achieve that negative. So let's just see first, from here to this, and again this, and again this, and then click here, properties, then come here, it's 7.5, it's 7.5, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. It's 7.5, then close. So we have to put minus, negative, we forgot negative. You can see it's going inside, sorry for that. Again, we're clicking on the property again to open that, then come back here, click on this, put here, put minus sign, it's 7.5. That is fine, thank you for that. Then I move on. Then we have this now, close. That's fine. So it now come out for it to now flush. You can see right now it has now flushed with, you can see that, okay, it has now flushed. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, we have now flushed this. Then this are meant to go positive, so you can see that. So check these two again, right click, sorry, not down, click on this, hold my control key and click on this other one, right click now, come here, properties, and then come here, make it positive, it's 7.5, and then come here and say okay, that's fine. Then come again now, and then close. That's fine. Close that now. Okay, that's okay. Then we then move on to the next one now. Now you can see that there's an issue with this beam. I don't know what's happening here, but let's just reinsert it back, because you can see there's an issue here. Delete it entirely, and then click on any of this beam now to now insert it. Click on this beam, right click here, properties, reinsert from here all the way down. See here, I'll be here, it's here, it should be here, here, correct. So let us now see, right? Let's now see, escape. Let's now see that. We need to check this joint if these two beams are meeting here, else it will have issues on our slab placement. Okay, that's fine. So I'll check it out. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so with this now, we have now done the major ones. If I now check on my 3D view now, you can see what we've got, just one floor. But since they are typical, once we achieve one perfectly, we can then do what, replicate everything. Okay, that's fine. So now come now, you can see what I have now. We now come now and do what, and then click here, and then we then come now begin to place each of these. Now I want to divide these panels into two parts, okay, into equal parts, for us to place our secondary beams to break the panel, because they are too big based on the area, square area. So I'll come now, now if you want to enroll from our Ekidel mentorship training, which is the one-on-one training, and also at the end of the training you get certificates. You can check this video description or on our site, Ekidel site, and then also get that done, enroll for that, which is actually at a lower discount now. So with this now, I'll then move on to, we are moving by half of this, so this will be just trace it with your hand. You see the midpoint, okay, that's fine. Or you can check the distance and then press your F2 key and then type in the value to also get that. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, then come now and then come here, click on this midpoint. Then you can see our new grid line now. Escape that, right click here, properties, and make it a hidden grid, because it's not, because that's not a major grid for the structure, it's just for the hidden beams. Okay, that's fine. So, and then press update, check these two and this one, and then you will now have our hidden grid here. I'll then copy this again, sorry, offset, not copy, offset again from here to this other side, and then find the midpoint. You can see there, click on that. So we now have these two now. Okay, then we then come again now. Let me see. I want to also place this here. Okay, let me see this one. Now for you to actually choose the secondary beam, check the one that is longer from this. This is 5.8. This is 6 points. So I would like to place it like this, So with that now, I want to click on this, right click here, properties. Let me see. This the one is what? This one is this is 9 times this 5.8 times 4.9. That's already add 5 here, 25. That is less than 30. So I can choose here as one slab. So yes, I'll place this. So when a panel is less than 30, it is best to have, sorry, as one slab. So I'll come here and then come here and click on this here and convert it to what? Hidden or ghost axis. Escape now. I click here, properties, come here, click on this, and then click on what's on the update here. That's fine. So with this now, we then have this. We now have to do place our secondary beams, okay, which will still be of the same depth because of the length. Click now, properties. Okay, that is fine. And I'll come now, click on this here. Come now, click on this here. They will ask me a question if I want to split it. I'll say yes, split, because I want it to. Yeah, I'll say yes, split. Else, if you say no, it will like be a long full beam without having a support at the middle here. But with that, with that reply, you can see it here. Else, you can do it like this by clicking here first. Click here first. Come to this place. Then click here, and then wait for it to load. Then come again. But when you're doing modeling, you have to choose the fastest means to do your modeling. Okay, that's fine. So I'll click again. So any of that two, you will still achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, that is fine. So I'll come again now, and then escape. Come here from here to here. Okay, that's fine. So the next thing now do is now begin to do load our slabs, because now we are done with the beam placement. Can see that, and all our panels are less than 30 meter square area. So if you check this now, this is 6 point something by 3 point something. That's already less than 30. Also, this is also 7.2 multiplied by 3.5. That's also less than 30. So with this now we can have our panel. Okay, that's fine. So we now come and do what? Click on our slab. First of all, save first. So on the saving now, you can see what we just have so far on our 3D view here is just the column, the beams, and the walls. Okay, that's fine. Let's now go and put in our slab, okay, which now forms the decking or the floor. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, we now come to our slab tab under the same modeling here, modeling tab, right? Modeling tab here, come to slab here. Now on this slab, before you must define your slab, you must have to do what? Define your load, case or load combination. So just to come and do what, click on yes, define load case. Then on this now click on what, loading what generator here. Now this is a 6-story building which is already more than 10 meters, so there'll be a wind load because wind load affect a structure that is within 10 meters and above. So this is already a 6-story building which is already at the wind load effect zone. So in that now I will come now and then come here under horizontal load combination. I will check this, right, these two, check wind, and I will come now and then click on what, okay here. I didn't check seismic because I'm not this country where this building is sited is doesn't have seismic effect. Okay, so I will not add seismic load on that. Okay, but if you're in a country that has seismic, if you're in a country that has seismic, you can add seismic load on that. Okay, that's fine. So we can now come and do what, say okay here. Okay, so you can also enroll for our academic mentorship training where we will teach you also about seismic. But seismic basically is yeah, we can teach you that because although it's not among our mentorship, but if you're in a country that has that seismic effect, we will add it to your own training syllabus. Okay, that's fine. So in this now, come and do what, come here 150 as my slab. Now since the slab area or the area of the panels are less than 30, I will use 150, which is okay to be used. So I'll come now and then click on what, 150 here, and then this is the cover. Okay, this is the slab thickness and this is the cover. Okay, then come now, don't check anything here, come here under load here. Now for this load now we are having dead load and imposed load, which is what, live load. Okay, so this dead load now is the combination of finishing load and partition load, and note that you are not meant to factor it. It is unfactored load. So basically finishing load ranges from 1.0 to 1.5, partition range from 0.5 to 1.2, sorry, to 1.0. So in this case now I'll be using my finishing load to be what, 1.0, sorry, finishing load 1.2, partition load to be 1.0. So in that case, if you add that together, we are having what, 2.2. So in that case now this now become what, 2.2 load. Okay, that's fine. Now this imposed load now, always get it from the function of the building. Now this building, if you look at it here right now, this building is to be used as a hotel structure. So if I right click here now, you will be able to see hotel building. Hotel building should be somewhere here. You can see it here. Oh yeah, bedrooms in hotels and motels. So I'll come and do what, click on this place here, and then once I've done that now I want to do what, insert my slab by clicking on the panels. So I'll come now, click on this here, right? So this is the part 4 of this training series. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to click on the panels now to insert that. Click here, 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 here. That's fine. So once I've clicked on each of these panels now, we have now have our now most times when you follow this thing I did now, you see that you might have double slabs on some of the panels. So make sure you like cross check each of the panels if you don't have double slab. And how do you know you have double slab? Look at where the slab text is. If it's a double slab, you see that there will be an overlay of text. So just click on one and then take it off. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, let's now allow for the slab to what, insert. Okay, you can see, okay, let me put slab here. Okay, and then wait for it to insert again, and then I'll come and put slab here, and again and again, put slab here again. This is that one now, and then put my slab here, sorry, put my slab here. Okay, and again here too I'll put my slab here. There's a slab here, and also a slab at this entrance here, which is as having as a canopy or a shade or a cover for the entrance. Okay, that is fine. Okay, and then the last one here, this last one here, and then this is the lift void, which is meant to be kept lift void, and then the staircase also meant to be kept void, and this is a void. Okay, that is here already, so this place should be voided, and I'll click on what, escape. But let's not confirm if let's see from the cat file if here is actually void. So minimize this now, and then come on to the cat file here, Okay, let's see now. Yeah, this is actually a void. Nothing happening here, nothing happening here. Let's see. You can see it is a void. To look down, no, it's just a void actually, a void. So you can see the void. Okay, that's a void. So with that now, I'll then minimize this again, open here again. So that's a void. Yeah, if you want to display as a void, they can choose this poly modeling, then say polygon, and they can choose to also show that line as something like as if it is a void. Okay, escape here and then say close. Escape here and then say close. Okay, so you finish, and again here modeling. But I don't really like to show all those ones. These just can be done during your structural detailing. When you're doing your drafting, you can apply all the other ones that you didn't apply, all these other symbols that's showing that is a void podcast. But this is the way to like do it. Then and finish. That's fine. So in this case now, you can see now this is now what our void symbol showing that this is a void, and here too. But just leave all those ones for now. Let's me to see. You can see that this has two texts, showing that that's a double step. So I'll have to do what? Click on one and then delete it. So once you do that first process of by clicking you, it will you will have double. Okay, that's fine. So I'll come again now. Let's see this one. This one has double. So you can see the double. Click on this one now. Take off one. You can see they have double text. Okay, that's fine. Again, come here. But if you did them individually to wait for one slab to insert before you put the next one, you won't have those things. Okay, let's see now. This is that one now, single. This is that one, single. Let's see here, single, single. Let's see here, single, single, single. Now, if you don't check all this, you'll be having overlap during your model check. Okay, that's model check. So we have done all that, and then click on what save here. Now once you've done this, now the next thing I'll do is let's now see our 3D view. Alright, so on this 3D view now, you can now see what we have just achieved just now. If I go and turn off my grid line now since we have this now, I can choose to also rename the slab. And I can see that those slabs are not well arranged in naming. You can see slab 1 here, you can see slab 2, and then this is slab 13. So you can see it doesn't arrange. So I'll come again here under my review tab here, click on the relabel members, and then say yes, that's fine. And I'll come here, relabel my axis and also my beams. Okay, sorry, my column and my beams and shear wall and the slab. Okay, that's fine. And I'll come and do what? Say yes, relabel. So it will not change it to, you can now see that our slabs now are now well numbered, if and also our beams too. Okay, well numbered. For example, let us check out the slabs first. Okay, the slabs first. Now for the slabs, you can see that I have one slab one, then slab 2 will be here, slab 2 here, slab 2. Now it's following based on the shapes. This is slab 3, slab 4, and 5 will be here. Let me see that. Let me see, 5 is here. Okay, the 5 is here. So 6. So then also for beams, you can see our beams too. Beam 1, beam 2, beam 3, beam 4. But during our structural detailing using the stone bridge template, we are going to call all here, all this line beam 1. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So there is what we call stone bridge template that helps you, stone bridge detailing template that helps you for detailing after you're done with this software. That is fine, which is also on our site too. So on this now, we will now have to do what? Come now, then click on what? Save. Okay, we can also choose to apply this here, apply this other void here, since you've already done it for one already. So I'll come here again, click on this place here, and then click on this place here, and then right here, finish. That's fine. Again too, come here again, click here, click point, click this point too. That's fine. Right click here and finish. Okay, that's fine. So with this now, we have now done this. Can you see that we have now done this now? So we have now put this together, and then let me now say save. Okay, that is fine. So with this now, we have modeled the very story 1 of this building, which we have here. So we have modeled the first story that we'll have here. This is the first. We have up to other floors, so we have modeled just this first floor. All right. Next thing I'll teach you is how to put windows, and then for now you can see that after the story one, from story one, every other thing is remains zero because this is story zero, then one. So we are going to model everything here by opening all these windows and doors and everything, so that once we need to generate to other floors, then we'll have it perfectly. Okay, that is fine. You can also see that we also have a small, but these are all claddings. Okay, so we are not going to consider all these that ones here because this is a cladding. Okay, that's fine. So you can now see what I've done right now. You can see it now. So we now have, or we have modeled for like this, for this particular story one. Okay, I'll show you how to model it for the ground floor. Okay, we are going to achieve exactly like this. So with this now, let's now move on to again. So you can now see that we have now perfected or modeled that. The next thing we'll do is now model the apply the wall load, and then also apply our hinge, and then apply uh, apply the wall openings. Okay, on the next part of this video, which is the part 5 of this video. So thank you so much, and God bless you. See you on the part 5 of this video. Bye for now. Now if you're new in Ekidel, please consider subscribing, and if you're an old subscriber, please consider joining the Ekidel mentorship training. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye for now. See you on the part 5 of this video. Bye then. Bye now. Yeah.